He went after sola scriptura, and I'm like, this is not the best time, Trent, for you to be going after sola scriptura, because you see, you've got a pope who gave the mass to Nancy Pelosi.
I've never heard the phrase "gave the mass," but I guess he means gave her the Eucharist, which it actually wasn't Francis, but it was a priest present at his liturgy who gave it to him. So it's the same thing ultimately. But yeah, I commented on that, by the way. I did a whole video on it. And I think that was a move that Pope Francis shouldn't have made. But what does that have to do with sola scriptura? Well, let's watch the rhetoric as it unfolds here. None of this has anything to do with sola scriptura or papal authority. He's just pointing to papal failures outside of their magisterial authority. Which, okay, if we're going to go this route, I mean, we've had all kinds of reasons not to be Catholic. I mean, we've had popes who did all kinds of immoral things. Obviously, the claims about papal failures in their morality or prudential decisions or disciplinary decisions is one thing. Papal failures in their magisterium is something else, and he knows that distinction. Perhaps he just thinks that, it's arbitrary or something, but I'm going to say it's actually not, because it comes straight from the New Testament. Jesus speaks about those who sit in the seat of Moses. They have that teaching authority. And he says, do as they tell you. He recognizes that they have an authority that they need to listen to, and they have an obligation to listen to. But then he says, but don't do as they do. So he recognizes that there's some hypocrisy there. Don't do as they do, but listen to what they say. He doesn't say, well, because they're hypocrites, because of a moral failure, you can then ignore what they say. They don't have authority. They don't sit in the seat of Moses. He doesn't say that. Jesus himself recognizes this distinction between a personal failure or a disciplinary failure or bad prudential decision versus some kind of authority in their teaching office. He recognizes that distinction. If that's true in the old covenant of the old authority, how much more is it for those who sit in the seat of St. Peter? It all the more applies to those who sit in the seat of St. Peter. We've had failures with Peter himself, all kinds of failures. Does that mean I can just ignore 1st and 2nd Peter? 1st and 2nd Peter just don't have authority anymore? Oh wait, before you go, I would really appreciate it if you would consider supporting this channel. This is my primary means to provide for my family, and it also helps me to produce content like this video. If you would like to support me, become a patron by visiting patreon.com/Reason and Theology. You'll also get access to extra exclusive content when you become a patron. Lastly, hit that like button and the subscribe button, and be sure to leave a comment down below. God bless.